Well, hey there, and welcome to What Thad Thinks, episode 7 of 2026. For the first time this year, we've been super disciplined. We took a little bit of a break, spring break, and a little bit of travel, and then some crazy work stuff that jumped up and got everybody a little bit busy as we were hammering out the end of a lot of construction projects and a lot of things that happened. We've promised 26 episodes this year. I'm going to give you an extra episode here coming up in the next few weeks as we jump into summer. But welcome back. Very excited to be here. Again, our sponsor for What Thad Thinks is Better Beans Branding, your number one branding company, remodel, construction of schools and retail and restaurants in the country. Super proud to have them on board. Please email them at info@betterbeansbranding.com or check out us on any of the socials and DM us. We'd love to hear about some of your needs and how to help grow your business, grow your revenue in some ways that maybe you haven't thought of. So anyways, thank you to our big sponsor, Better Beans Branding. Thank you, listeners. I took a break and I've had 3 texts about wanting to know when the next episode was dropping. So that's so encouraging. Hey, listen, you listeners, share the dang podcast with a few people. Share it on your socials. We need to continue to grow the community that loves the show. It goes without saying, we've had, I guess I should congratulate Cliff Blaze for winning our March Madness tournament competition. And he is getting all this Better Beans gear, and he's got a signed basketball from Neil and I coming his way, along with his $250 cash. Congratulations to Cliff Blaze. He heard about the contest from someone else on socials. So pretty dang cool about how we are reaching out and finding all kind of new folks. So listeners, please share, rate us, subscribe us, watch us. We need more ratings. YouTube, Spotify, Apple Podcasts. We need them on all of them. So keep doing it. I'm sorry I keep begging, but I need it. Hit the subscribe button and follow along with us. So without further ado, I'm going to bring on the guy that you don't really care to hear from today, but we let him on. Neil, how are you,
Good
buddy?
morning. How are you, sir?
Is that the shirt you wore on the last podcast?
No idea, but it's in a rotation.
Maybe you should have an idea.
It was 2 weeks ago. Yeah, I
Okay.
have a rotation.
Okay. Well, hey, man, welcome to the show. Been doing okay?
Welcome back. Happy belated birthday.
Thank you. Thank you.
I have been doing okay. Yourself?
Yeah, doing well.
I saw that you had some time at the Masters.
Yeah, you like the hat?
I do like the hat. Did you see that guy with the egg salad hat?
Oh, yeah, over and over again?
Not there, but over and over on
crazy. Yeah.
Oh, love that hat.
Well, I like the egg salad. It is my favorite sandwich of the bunch at the Masters. I mean, it's well known that the Masters is the most well-run golf tournament, actually the most well-run sporting event, major sporting event. I've been to national championships for college football, Super Bowl, been to Final Four, been to bowl games, been to the Kentucky Derby, been to Daytona 500. You name it, I've been to it. It is by far the most well-run major sporting event out there. And it is also well known that tickets or badges cannot be purchased. They can be illegally purchased on the secondary market. You can't even get on the waiting list right now, right? You're on the waiting list to be on the waiting list. Is basically what it is. And badges are still very reasonable if you get them. They're not pricey. They are on the secondary market. Those get taken. Their merchandise is some of the most sought after merchandise and branding in the entire world. In fact, when the rope drops, basically, when they open, I'm there before opening when I go each year. This year I went on Saturday and Sunday, and I was there before opening. Basically, the first tee times on the weekend are at 9 o'clock. And the rope drops at 7 a.m. So when the rope drops, and it's at 7 a.m. when they start moving you through, which they move you through amazingly well. It's quick, easy, tons of employees. I mean, customer service off the charts, just so well. Then you get in, and the line splits when you kind of come onto the property, and you're looking at some of the most beautiful landscaping in the world. And you haven't seen the course yet, and the line splits. Well, over the years, the line that splits towards the main pro shop to buy gear is longer than the line to get on the course and pick your spot. I mean, it's unbelievable. I went on Saturday with a real estate partner and friend of mine, and we didn't get in line. We didn't really have a bunch of stuff we wanted to get and none of that. And I knew I was going on Sunday with my wife, that we were going to be spending less time on golf and more time on pictures and shopping, etc.
Hmm.
At the Masters, you can't have your phone, so you can't get distracted. There's no phones on the property or you're kicked off and your badge is taken. It's unbelievable how fun and how fast the day goes by without your phone. It really does. I mean, you find yourself reaching for your phone a lot. Like, I'd like to know that. And then you're like, oh, don't. And the time goes by so quick. I'm kind of distracted about what I'm talking about, how much I love the Masters. But, the line splits. Then you go and you take your own chair and you can put your chair wherever you want behind any rope at any place. And it's first come, first serve. And you put your chair down and nobody moves it all day. You can put your chair down and go walk around and follow your favorite golfers. When you feel like going back to your chair and sitting down, there could be someone else sitting in it. And all you do is let them know that it's yours, and they get up and they move on. And you can sit in other people's chairs at their spots if they're empty. It's unbelievable how cool and how well-behaved people are. I mean, unreal. But let's get to the food. Maybe that was what we should have just spent all of our time talking about today, was like, we should have done like a customer service class and how to run an event class and just done it on the Masters. That would have been what we should have just talked about today. But anyway, so you get to the food, the entire menu is priced unbelievably well, right? I mean, I'm trying to go through the entire menu. I don't have it in front of me right now, but the entire menu of food costs $75.50. You can get one of everything for
That would be an
$75.50.
enormous accomplishment too.
I mean, I try every year to eat every sandwich, right? So the pimento cheese is the most famous, egg salad, chicken salad. Those are the 3 cold sandwiches that are, I'm sorry. And the club. So you got like 4 sandwiches that you can eat all day that are cold. I like the salad sandwiches the most. So the chicken salad, the egg salad, the pimento cheese. Those have to get eaten by me every year. I eat an egg salad for breakfast and an egg salad at lunch with other items every time. So those are 2 egg salad sandwiches gone every day. I have the chicken salad kind of like as my midday snack, like 3 o'clock chicken salad. For breakfast, they have their breakfast sandwiches. It's on a roll. It's really good. So they have a chicken biscuit. It's okay. It's good. But the breakfast sandwich, man, the egg, tons of bacon or sausage on it. It's a freaking phenomenal sandwich. That and an egg salad, and I'm good to go in the morning. Some people, you have the barbecue pork sandwich.
Oh yeah.
Solid barbecue, for as many as they serve. This year it was hot. Hadn't been hot in a while. But my favorite dessert is the peach ice cream sandwich. So it's peach ice cream in between 2 sugar cookies. 3 a day is easy for me to knock down.
I mean, buddy, they're rolling you out of there at this point.
Well, it's so hot this year, they kept running out of the peach ice cream sandwiches, and I was worried that I wouldn't be able to get 3. So I was eating them early. I was eating one like as mid-morning snack, as well as one with lunch. And then all the mini moon pies, the caramel popcorn,
yeah.
the snack mix. My buddy Brian ate so much snack mix because their snack mix is just solid. Oh, the cheese straws. Who has cheese straws? That's like stuff my grandma makes. Instead of chips, I kept eating cheese straws. The tea, sweet and unsweet. The beers are like $1.50. I mean, it's just an unreal experience. Unreal experience. I had such a good time.
The beers are $1.50?
I think so. Or
That's so
$2.
cheap. How do they make?
Maybe I don't know. Maybe
$3,
more than
whatever
that.
It's. But a
The
whole
whole
menu
menu
at $75 is unheard of.
That's right. It's unreal. And so many good people and so many people to check you out at everything. Nobody asking for tips when you give them your card. I mean, it's unreal. Just unreal.
Yeah.
Just
hats off to
great
those
time.
folks. They run a good operation, right? I mean, all the way around the experience. Well, comment on this before we move off of golf. LV has some news or potential rumors. Pardon?
Live Golf?
Live Golf potentially shutting down. Is that bad for golf?
No, be excellent for golf. If anything, I mean, it's a whole complicated situation, but nobody has watched Live. Live is dead. They took some stars, paid them a ton of money, and nobody watches, and they can't get traction. And the Saudi Arabian PIF fund, or whatever they call it, isn't going to keep pouring billions of dollars into something that has no path to profitability. And they don't. So I think it's going to fold. I think it'll be good for golf. I mean, maybe it was good for golf to have it. It got people paid more money if that's what you're, if that was the goal. I just don't think golfers were hurting that bad. Them getting paid more money was like one of our high priority items, but whatever. It's very similar to the USFL, the rival football league that came up back in the early 80s. where they stole some big stars. Like the biggest star in all of college football at the time was Herschel Walker.
Hmm.
He signed like the first $1 million contract for an undergrad and left college early. So what do you see now 40 years later? Lots of every athlete leaving college early and getting paid lots of money. And that kind of started with the USFL way back when. So, or certainly popularized it. There was a little bit of it in the NBA, but certainly popularized it. So maybe it was good in that way and caused the PGA to sharpen up some of their skills. But good for golf. Hope it goes away. See you later. Don't want to watch golf with rock and roll music in the background, people wearing shorts and shotgun starts. That's just not golf to me. But
Team golf.
yeah, it's stupid. Stupid.
Hey,
So go away, please.
been in the news a lot over the last 2 weeks. The implementation of the naval blockade. Does the blockade basically bring some of the other world powers into the conversation where they weren't in the Iranian conflict?
Was that your question?
Yeah, it was my question.
I don't really
That
get
was an
what your
uncomfortable
question was.
pause.
They call that a pregnant pause. You have to
I,
Google that, but you're not using your phone. Hey, I don't think what Thad thinks is the place to talk about complex Middle East decision making. I'm not going to many public events right now and asking them their stance on Israel or Operation Epic Fury. The main reason is that certainly, like everything in this world, I have a very strong opinion on all of it, and I'm not going to hold back on this show from giving it. Although I don't think I have time to go through like why I have opinions on each of these things.
Mhm.
I think most people probably know where I stand on most of it anyway. However, I will say this. I disagree with you on many things. Would you agree with that?
Yes, I don't know where this goes, but I'm waiting for the hammer or the go ahead. Yeah, yes, we don't disagree on a lot.
I
Something.
disagree with you and get very angry with you about lots of things. Correct?
Sure. Yeah, go ahead.
What do you mean, sure? Like, these aren't loaded questions. You
No,
either agree or you don't. This would
yeah,
be
I
what, another
agree.
instance of me
I
getting mad.
agree.
Like, either you agree or you disagree.
Yep, I agree.
God, you would complicate. This is why your questions are boring sometimes. You complicate all of it. Okay, let's go. I'll ask that question again. Do you agree that I disagree with you on many topics?
I do agree.
Do you make me mad on a weekly basis?
Yes.
Yes. Sometimes, were you going to say twice a week? Because that's what I was thinking. Twice a week. Okay. However, you are absolutely my ally and one of my dearest friends. And there is no way in hell that if you go to war with somebody, that I am not on your side. Agree or disagree. I don't care. You're mine. You're my brother in arms. There's no way. So, like, some of these countries that are trying to toe the line about whether they're our ally or not, I wouldn't piss on them if they were on fire anymore.
I hear you.
That's
Right.
not a friend. That's not a partner. You're not a partner when you agree. Friendship, love, caring, ally, those are words that mean something to me. And if I'm your ally, agree or disagree, man, if you felt like you had to go get in a fight, well, God dang it, I got to fight too. That's the way we roll. So, yeah, there's a lot of countries on my list right now. They can jump in a lake. Someone invades Britain right now, our longest and most, maybe they're still pissed off about 1776. I don't know. But like, I got problems with them. I got problems. Anyway, that's how I feel. I will say that. And I will say that in business. Let's just turn that to a business topic for a second. Hey, your vendors, your employees, your bosses, you may not agree with them all the time, but buddy, you have gone into business with these people, which means you should be going to war with these people, not against them. Not only when we agree, not only when times are good, not only when someone's been wronged. Hey man, you should know your partners, your vendors, your employees, your bosses, your coworkers, and you should have their back no matter what, as long as things are aligned with your mission statement, etc. Man, these are the people you're in business with. If not, you should have already broke off. You should know them well enough to have already broken off your relationship with them. But don't try to toe the line with them. Anyway.
Well, yes, I'm not going to bring up our last topic because you're right.
Okay.
Maybe what Thad thinks, or definitely what Thad thinks, doesn't need to be the political commentary ground for very complicated things. So let's talk some fun stuff. How'd you spend your birthday?
This has all been fun.
Well,
I'm having
that
fun.
was pretty deep.
I'm sorry you're not fun.
We're mad at Britain right now.
You are famous as a fun sucker. Anyway, go ahead.
I think the term is wet blanket, but that's
fun sucker, fun sponge,
vampire. What'd you do for your birthday?
Man, you know what? Talk about fun sucker. I canceled my wife's plans for my birthday because I just didn't want to go to a fancy dinner that night. I had been to Kids Are Kids conference and spoke to that and was in Vegas for a couple of days. Came straight back from that, coached a baseball game, went to Alabama to watch my son play baseball, got straight on a flight to the Bahamas for spring break to entertain my wife and daughter for 5 days, 6 days. Came straight back from that, went right back to Alabama for baseball and came right back to coaching games. And then it was like my birthday. So like, I did not want to go out to another dinner. I'd already done enough dinners.
Eating out.
So anyway, so we actually had a great time here at the house and chilled. But yeah, nothing fun. My fun came before birthday. Been birthday month.
Well,
Plus,
we
I mean, I'm
wish you
getting
luck.
old. 45 has crept up on me.
All right. You keep thinking that.
2 days at the Masters. Came right back to 2 days at the Masters. And then the next day was birthday. It was just so busy. Like 2 weeks where something formal was kind of planned every day.
That's right.
So anyways, hey, Neil, I want to use the Masters is a great segue into our business topic for the next couple of episodes. We just wrapped up, as you know, our 3-part series on leading from strength. I encourage you, as you're training some leaders, kind of go back, bookmark those 10 minutes or 15 minutes of time that we talked about. We went over, the 7 ways to lead from strength. That would be fantastic for young leaders or students and youth that as they are taking on leadership roles. So go back, kind of watch that. We're now going to do what I plan to be a 2-part series, could be a 3-part series on great customer service. And how to keep customers coming back to your business and to grow organically in the correct ways, to grow your business from operations, not from marketing and advertising and social media pump. Sorry, Piper. This is like how to really operate your business, not just promote your business. We good to go there?
Good.
I'm kind of looking at the way you shaved right now. I'm kind of liking it.
Trying
I
something
like your
new.
beard. I like it. I was kind of over the soul patchy goatee Neil. I don't like the hairless Neil. They're like a wiener dog, like all shaved down. I like it. If it wasn't for you wearing the same shirt as you've worn the last 2 episodes, we'd be in good shape. Piper, I need to know what shirt he wore
Piper,
the
I'd
last
like
couple
some
episodes.
confirmation of that.
I need to
Please.
Piper, are you not listening? I need to check shirts for Neil and see when he wore this. And I think it's more than once. I really think it's like 3 of 7 episodes.
Sure. It's cold in Georgia today. I almost put on the sweater vest.
I just need to know. She's going to look it up. We're going to have that information at some point during this important business topic. But love the beard. Love the beard. I'd like it to be a little thicker. See how thick you can get
I
it.
just thinned it out.
What's that? It is?
Yeah.
It is the same shirt as the last episode, confirmed. My
All right.
observation skills are
We'll
unreal.
give this one a break for at least 2 weeks.
Oh, I don't think you can wear it again, ever. It is the only one? Okay. So it's just 2 times, and it happened to be the last 2 times.
Are you telling me that I wore this shirt recently on the last episode and the episode before?
No, the last episode in this one.
And today. Gotcha. Yeah, we'll retire it. for a
Pretty
little
big
while.
faux pas. What language do you think faux pas is?
Surely it's French.
Shirley. Don't ever call me Shirley. What movie was that?
I'd like to know if our
What
listeners
movie was
know.
that?
Airplane.
Okay, good. Well, I don't know if you knew. I know Piper didn't know. So anyway, 2-part series, maybe a 3-part series, but actually it looks like we have good time. So I may make it through depending on how many side notes I want to get over there. So what I really want to talk about is, the number 1 business skill in the world. Let's text some people, text 2 people real quick. Neil, you just come up with 2 people in the business world. I don't care. People you think will respond quickly. I'm going to text a friend and I'm going to text someone in the industry. I got my 2 people. Who are your 2 so I don't copy?
I'm going to go Michelle Smith-Lank and Sandy Bennett.
I'm saying it just like this. What is the number 1 business skill you have? 10 seconds to respond.
Okay.
All right, Jennifer said, I got both of them. I got both of my responses already.
I got neither.
Should I text them and see if they respond to me first?
Go.
That fast of a texter. Both my people responded.
I said 10 seconds too. I got shot down, I guess. We'll have to take that up.
Okay. Well,
What are your people's answer?
okay, so I have answers. One of them says decision making. Okay. And then the other one was communication or sales. I do think both of those are unbelievably strong business skills to have. Nothing back from Michelle or Sandy. Your people. Oh, someone's typing in mine. Sandy said focus.
Yes, she did.
You got that answer too?
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, so I got focus, I've got decision making, and I've got communication slash sales. All great business skills. All great business skills. Disagree with all of them. I disagree with all of them. The number one business skill in the world is creating and keeping customers for life. Quite simply, you can go to any business in the world, and I believe, and maybe I'm just naive or just jaded and cocky enough to believe I can go be successful in literally millions of businesses out there. Every business out there that's a real business. Quite simply because I believe in my ability to create new customers and to keep them and make them a lifetime partner. I have almost zero education beyond, high school and some college and some classes, no degree to speak of. But I learned at an early age how to make someone a lifetime partner and how to make them my customer for life. And if there's anything that what made me successful in the restaurant business, it was that. I believed in building your business one customer at a time and making that customer a lifetime customer. Making that customer that comes once a month, come once a week. Making that one that comes once a week, come twice a week. And make sure they do that for the rest of their lives. And then if I was doing a great job, I could not only get them to come twice a week, I could get them to spend $2 more than they normally would spend by offering them great products and great services, and I was able to charge more for them. So the number one business skill in the world is by far creating and keeping customers for life. Now, do all these other business skills that people responded to us with matter? Yeah, they matter in this formula. I can create new customers and I can keep them for life. So I'm going to give you a little bit of my synopsis of how we're going to do that and how you can do that in your business. Hopefully you get a few nuggets, some things you can kind of take back, a couple action plans that you can really think about and be honest with yourself in your business as you look to grow. So first off, I want to talk about why great customer service is rare out there. Why do people genuinely suck at customer service? You can't create and keep customers for life if you suck at service. So the first reason, it's really easy, is that employees don't know the basics. Most businesses put their customer-facing employees out there, and they're their lowest paid employees. So if I ask you, where does customer service suck? And one of you may say, Starbucks. I think their customer service sucks. I think they generally treat you like you're a commodity, like there's 10 other people behind you that want caramel lattes, and they write down your dumb name and then they yell your name out and you come get it. And it's just not, it's slow. It takes a long damn time to get a cup of coffee. I feel like their attitude towards me is indifferent. I don't think they really care to know me. And I think that shows in their stock price and how they're suffering as a company. Who's the highest paid person at that Starbucks location, Neil?
The unit manager.
Yeah.
Maybe the regional.
That's backwards. Not that the manager shouldn't be getting paid more. Who's getting paid the most, of the non-management? Who's probably getting paid the most in the coffee shop?
I don't know many positions. I would have to say the barista, not the cashier.
The barista
maker.
Yeah, the coffee maker.
Yeah, look, in our world, the cook. And
that's the last person that should be getting paid the most in the building, to me, right? They're following a recipe. How hard is it to make a caramel latte when a company gives you the damn recipe how to make it? I guarantee I could go be a barista tomorrow. You give me 2 days to practice where everything is, and I will be able to be a barista. The person that should be getting paid most is the person at the drive-through or at the front register. The one that is greeting, the one that is smiling, the one that needs to know that customer's name, the one that needs to remember their order from the day before, the one that needs to make sure that the order was perfectly right, that they got napkins, that they got their stir, that they got their hand warmer thing, that they got asked if they needed extra cream. The one that went the extra mile to make that customer a lifetime partner. That is who should be getting paid the most, right?
No, they're at the bottom.
So that's not who should be getting paid the most? I just said that's the one that should be getting paid the most. You need to listen to the questions. You need to lock in, get off your phone. All right? So you need to get there if you're going to be my partner in getting through the customer. You need to listen to the questions. But employees don't know the basics. And what I'm telling you is, do the employees at Starbucks know how to make a caramel latte? Yes. But that's not the basic that we're trying to teach. The basic we're trying to teach is how to make eye contact with someone, how to listen, Neil, how to listen to what a customer wants, how to anticipate their needs, how to remember their name. Quite simply, employees have no idea how to create new customers. Great customer service is rare because employees just don't know any better. No one has taught them the art of making that customer theirs for life. I can make you my customer for life because when I get you on the drive-through, I'm going to smile as I take your order. It's not going to be AI driven, and it's not going to be somebody that's got to do 9 other jobs. I'm going to be like, good morning. Welcome to Starbucks. This is Thad. How can I help you? What's your order today? What can I get started for you? And you're going to say, what, Neil?
Wow, that's nice, Thad. Caramel latte.
A
Good
caramel
morning
latte.
back. I'm probably going to greet you back.
Would you like that to be venti or, you want the big one? You
Yeah,
feel like the
give me the
big
big
one
one.
today?
Big one.
Good. Vento caramel latte. You want whipped cream on top?
I don't know how it comes. How
Yeah,
should
it
I
comes
have
like
it?
that. I'm going to give it to you exactly how it comes. We'll see how you like it. And we'll find out tomorrow if you want to change something up a little bit. Caramel latte, you want any food? You need some breakfast to go with the caffeine?
I'm hungry.
Yes,
You're right.
you need protein. How about a couple egg bites?
Let's go. Egg bites.
Done. Egg bites and a caramel latte for Neil. Can't wait to see you at the window. See you in a minute. It's 12:48. Okay, I bet you in that interaction, 2 things. Neil, I bet you when you're kind of excited to meet me at the window.
I agree.
I made your morning a little bit better. But guess what? You made my morning better too, because I'm excited to meet Neil, give him his venti, and can't wait to hear tomorrow how he liked his egg bites. And if I'm really good, I'm writing that down. I have a legal pad with me. Neil, egg bites, caramel latte, right?
Yeah.
And guess what? So I have that every day. I got Neil. So one day I go, hey, good morning, this is Thad. Who am I speaking with at the drive? Whatever. He go, this is Neil. Neil, egg bite guy? Yeah.
Right. Anticipate.
I'm looking forward to the next day. I'm creating new customers. Guess what? The drive-through attendant that behaved like I did is going to create new customers, and they're going to make customers and partners for life. That skill alone, that is not sales, although I'm selling. It's not operations, although I'm operating. That is the job of building customers. I'm at a moment of truth. I have a chance to make a positive impression or a negative impression, and it's going to be one or the other. Right?
Yeah.
I have that opportunity right then and there. I think that is the number one reason why great customer service is rare is employees haven't been taught, shown ways to individualize it, shown ways to be that guy. That is the number one business skill in the world. And quite literally, there are millions of companies that would hire me. I could go get a job tomorrow and show them why. If I went and interviewed at Taco Bell tomorrow, Neil, right? Taco Bell. When's the last time you ate Taco Bell?
Decade.
People don't think about it, although we think about it over here at the Joyner household. We like Taco Bell. But if I went and interviewed, that manager would look at me and be like, this guy, you're either too old or like something must be wrong with you that you want to work here. And I would simply, if I got in front of them, I'd say, look, just let me come in for an interview and show you what I could do to your drive-through window. That manager would be like, okay, show me what you do to the drive-through window. And I would go, listen, you be the customer, you come in, make your order. I'm going to be drive-through guy. And I went through that scenario with Taco Bell guy. Hey, this is Thad. Welcome to Taco Bell. How can I take your order today? Hey, Thad, I'd like to get 12 tacos. Awesome. You want crunchy or soft tacos? And do you want we got like 95 different tacos. We don't make it simple anymore. Would you like crunchy or soft? Crunchy. Perfect. I'm going to give you 12 regular tacos. You understand you need to have a Mountain Dew to go with that, right? We got Baja Blast. We've got regular. What would you like? I'll try one of those Baja Blasts. Fantastic. A Baja Blast, 12 tacos. What was your name, sir? Neil. Neil, 12 tacos and a Baja Blast. You know what would go great on the end of that? Cinnamon twist. You want some cinnamon twist, Neil? Fantastic. Cinnamon twist, 12 tacos, Baja Blast. And I tell you what, I'm going to take care of the cinnamon twist for you today. Come on down. All that's free. It's on me. We can't give away free food. Okay, whatever. Neil comes on down. Neil, hey, Neil, welcome Taco Bell. Here you go. I'm going to show them just how good I can be in the window and what I can do for their business. Right there.
You can build a business around that guy.
Yes. And you can pay me a whole hell of a lot more than you pay anybody else. Not that I need that upstart. As my kids get ready to go out in the interview world and the job world right now, I'm just going to show them be different. Don't show up to an interview and do what everybody else does and just follow the agenda of the people giving it to you. You need to stand out.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, look, I just want, someone calls you and says, hey, blah, 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 we're thinking about an interview, whatever. I would email them back a big old smiling video of myself that said, give me 5 minutes of your time to show you why you should hire me. A video. Something that pops up in their crap. Maybe I'd email it to them every day. Give me 5 minutes to show me why. What if you got a video of somebody, Neil, you hire people, a video that was just basically saying, give me 5 minutes of your time. I will show you why I'm the right person for the job you're hiring.
Yeah.
By the third one, you'd be like, bring this dude in. But great customer service is rare because employees on the front line are not shown how to build customers, how to individualize it, how to remember names, how to take notes, how to make this a part of a disciplined process that you take time, that you really care. It's almost an attitude, right? It's an attitude that you have to teach people that to the customer, you are the company. Like to Starbucks, if I was that good at the drive-thru at Starbucks and I really thought about it, it's not Starbucks you're coming to, it's Thad is Starbucks.
Mm-hmm.
That's my coffee guy. That's the guy that takes care of me every morning. That's the guy that makes sure I have what I need. I can tell other people to go up there and ask for Thad, and he's going to make sure they're taken care of, right? If you can teach your employees to have that attitude, you will have yourself a successful company. And there's quite literally, if you were opening up a coffee shop in my town, you'd be like, we got to kind of hire Thad. We got to go get that guy. He'll bring us customers. And that's how you become irreplaceable. So the number one reason why customer service is rare is employees don't understand the basics. They don't know any better. So you need to put something in place for that. Number two, I'm giving you 3 reasons today. 3 reasons why great customer service is rare. The second one, moments of truth are not managed. Now, what's a moment of truth? Like, so to me, and I'm just, we deal with so many of y'all who've got different businesses that you run. But to me, how I define a moment of truth is that it is anywhere that a customer comes in contact with a member of your business or a representation of your business. So I'm going to say, like, let's take it to the restaurant business because I think it's easy since we all have that experience. So if I pull into, let's just go to a different restaurant, let's say a McDonald's. Okay. My first impression, the first moment of truth is their landscaping, their sign, their marquee. It is the feeling, the how crowded the parking lot is, how good the parking lot looks. The first moment of truth is, do I feel like this is a safe, clean, and attractive place to eat? Because almost all of us have kind of pulled up, someone said, hey, you're going to go to, Pedro's Burritos today. You pull into Pedro's Burritos and it looks like falling down and you go, we ain't eating at Pedro's Burritos. We're going to go to Chick-fil-A and just get a chicken sandwich again, right? So that is a moment of truth. So what are you doing at that moment of truth to make sure when they pull in, it is perfect? And do you have an intentional plan every day? That is part of customer service. I say this like hospitality is part of customer service. Like hospitality is like treating someone like they're in your own home, right? So what do you do when you're having people over to dinner at your house? You make your house perfect, the landscaping perfect, the driveway perfect, the new wreath on the door, the welcoming at the door, the inside of your house is vacuumed, dusted, clean, smell good, candles lit, whatever it may be, you make it perfect. So for me, every day when I'm opening my business, part of my customer service is making everything look fantastic. Does that make sense?
Mm-hmm.
Are you sure?
Yeah.
Is that a moment of truth? Sure. The next moment, because every interaction, I read a book called How to Win Customers and Keep Them for Life. And they talk about this exercise that you look at the flow of your customer through your business and you picture them every time at every little moment of truth. They end up having like a plus sign or a minus sign on their head. There's no neutral. They either are going to feel better about doing business with you or worse about doing business with you about how it looks. We used to say this at Golden Corral. I used to love a packed out Golden Corral and a line out the door, right? But as soon as the line went out the door or got really long, I put a employee at the back of that dang line to talk to everybody so they weren't talking about how long the damn line was, or telling them how quick we can get them through. As cars would pull up and see the line outside, we'd wave at them and they'd say, how long's the wait? Instead of having to send someone in, you could tell them, hey, from right here, it's like 22 minutes. We'll have you in. And when you're through the line, you're eating. If you go to our competition, you're going to get sat in 15 minutes, but you're going to wait another 15 minutes to eat. You're going to be eating quicker with me. I'll get you through this line, right? Do they feel better or worse about your business right there? They feel better. Plus. And I'm just trying to get pluses every time a customer is going to interact with somebody. They get the cashier who's taking their order, plus or minus. They get to their waiter or waitress, how they greeted them, what they did for them, plus or minus. How clean the table was, plus or minus. How the food tastes, plus or minus. What we do for them when they leave and how we're going to get them back again. Hey, Neil, you need to come back for breakfast. I've got a 50-cent off coupon, man. Come back for breakfast. You've got to come back and try us for breakfast. Ask for me when you come. I wrote my name on the car. I want you back. You got to come back. Too often we don't even ask.
Yeah, absolutely. We
We're
take it
waiting
for
for them to
granted.
beg for us. We don't need to do that. Ask, beg, get them back. The number one reason customer service is rare is employees don't know the basics. They haven't been taught. You hadn't taught them. You hadn't taught them. The number two is we don't manage these moments of truth. The third one of how to keep customers coming back and why great customer service is rare right now. The third reason why it's so rare, managers and companies do not reward for excellent service. We touched on this earlier, but most of customer service employees in a company are paid a flat wage. We hired you for $17 an hour. There's no incentive to do better other than what your mom and daddy taught you, right? And you're not intentional with how you reward that excellent customer service. I've told you, I think these frontline employees that manage customer service, you've got to figure out a way to measure how great their customer service is. I mean, they used to be really simple back in the Golden Corral days, Neil. I still don't know why companies don't do this. The 100 Club, the 200 Club, the 500 Club, the 1000 Club. Do you know what that was? You remember
Oh
what
yeah,
that was, Neil? What was it?
absolutely. Oh, when you knew that many customers by name and something about them.
Yes. When you could sit down at a table and write down 100 customers' names and something about them so that you prove you knew who they were, you got a member of the 100 Club. And with me, you got, whatever it would be. In today's dollars, it'd probably been $500 for the 100 Club. It probably been like $2,500 for the 500 Club, right? But how valuable was that in that server that knew 500 customers by name? $2,500 is piss in a
Nothing.
bucket. Can't believe I've used that word twice today. Anyway, it's just nothing. It's nothing money. Nothing money. You're not rewarding. You need to figure out a way to measure great customer service. What's important at your business, and who's talking to these customers every day, and reward the crap out of it. You have go to a lot of drive-through restaurants and nobody wants to work the cashier window. Why? They get paid the same as the guy back there in the cook, doesn't have to do a damn thing, put his AirPods in and work.
Hate that, but yes.
The highest paid one should be the one that's out there talking to everybody. The highest paid person in the grocery store should be the one bagging groceries. They're going to spend the most time with the customer. They're going to bag up all their groceries. They need to do a good job. They're going to get to talk to them right there. Hopefully they get to walk them to the car. And hopefully as they're walking to the car, they're talking to them about their life, their experiences, what kind of things they like at the grocery, whatever it may be. The person spending the most time with the customer is the one getting paid the least amount of money. And that's why your customer service sucks.
That's pretty convicting. I agree. That's terrible.
You've got to flip this on its ear. Our series of keeping customers coming back to your business, a 3-part series. Step 1 was today, which is why is customer service rare, and setting you up a little bit. We'll get this kind of step 2 and stuff later. So to conclude, I want you to get an action plan of figuring out and identifying at least 3 moments of truth in your business. Okay. I want you to identify those and figure out how you're going to measure those. I want you to get your second part of your action plan is to come up with your rewards, meaningful rewards for rewarding great customer service in your organization. Come up with what you can do for that. And number 3 is you need to come up with a 10-step, 5-step, simple training program of training every member of your organization on what great customer service looks like. Okay. And really identifying how we can do that even better. So I think that's the way we're going to keep customers coming back. I'm excited to do part 2 of the series next week, but I'm going to quickly tell Neil that we don't really care what he thinks. He can leave, but I appreciate you this week, buddy. Take care.
Thank you.
Yeah, man. Bye-bye, Neil. So, hey, look, this is your quick section of what Thad thinks. Very similar to Thad behavior, not good behavior, but Thad behavior that you get in between each weeks. But I'm going to talk to you about this season of life, this season of the year that I think about kind of as I get older and as my kids get older and as I see other kids that grew up around me as I see them go through this season. As you get into April and May, it becomes graduation season. And I think back to, my high school graduation, and I don't know that I got what I would have really wanted and needed. And honestly, after graduation and after Marine Corps boot camp graduation, I don't know that I had the right mentors and people in my life really coaching me and me knowing that they had my back. But the 1 or 2 people that I knew had my back were so important to my success over time. And I kind of made a commitment to myself a few years ago that as I started to have kids that I coached through the years, graduate, kids that worked for me that were kind of moving on in their life and all of those, whether it's high school or college, I was going to make sure I wrote them not a graduation present or card, because I do that as long as you send me an invitation. But I was going to make sure that they got a senior letter from me, that they have my cell phone number, that they have my socials, that they have abilities to text and DM me, and that I was going to make sure in those letters that I made sure they knew that no matter what they needed in life, that they could always reach out to me and I'd be there for them. And I meant that. And I do mean that. For the hundreds of boys and girls that I've coached, for the hundreds of friends and acquaintances of my son and daughter, they are going to know that Thad will always be there for them, always. And during this graduation season, I encourage you to pick some boys and girls out, some young men and young women that are moving on to the next steps of their life, where they're going to be confronted with challenges that they never thought about: alcohol, drugs, things of the world that drag them down. They're going to make bad decisions. They're going to get arrested. They're going to have a bad boyfriend or girlfriend. They're going to be broke. They're going to have all of these tough times. They're going to have the uncertainty of how to find jobs and what they do when they graduate. Do they know that you are a resource for them? Go make sure some people in your life know that. Go find a senior, write them a letter. Some people that have already graduated, send them texts. I like to send texts to them, when they move off to school. I want them to know that they can count, because so often our young people in their 20s take wrong turns and they don't know that you forgive them and you don't care, that you love them and you want them to be successful and you're there for them. Let them know you're there for them. Celebrate them, go to their graduation party. Be a rock for them, be a resource. Check in on them and write that dang letter, send that card. When you think of someone, send them that text. But during graduation season, as we're sending off all of our young people all over the world to be that place, we're sending them all these crazy places. Be a rock for them, even if they don't talk to you for 7 years. Have them know when they see your face 7 years from now that you'd be there for them. Remind them. Be that guy. Anyways, that's what Thad thinks this week. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Please subscribe. Please follow. Please refer somebody. Share this great podcast with someone to watch it. Thank you to Better Beans again for being our sponsor. Please reach out to them for your construction, remodel, branding, and design needs. They're unbelievable. Keep supporting us. Keep supporting Better Beans, and support those loyal listeners out there in their businesses. Other than that, thank y'all so much. Have a great week.